हाय ऑल, वेलकम टू पॉकेट बुक गुरु। टुडे आज ये वीडियो में we'll discuss about three popular funds which are usually used or suggested by majority of the mutual fund investors for SWP. What is SWP? मैं already explained करा मैं channel में, but I can explain you. SWP is nothing but systematic withdrawal plan. किसी के पास any retiree, government employee, central bank employee, or any private employee, if he has good amount of fund, more than 1 CR, they always would like to park that fund in any hybrid fund or debt fund or liquid fund, and they try to withdraw monthly money. So usually I will not recommend to park in debt or liquid funds considering the tax component. I always suggest to park them in hybrid funds. So आज के वीडियो में we'll see how 1 CR capital will play the calculations if you're withdrawing 6% on a monthly basis for 10 years. So स्क्रीन पे जो दिख रहे हैं तीन फंड्स को आज आप कंपेयर करेंगे। पहला फंड है HDFC बैलेंस एडवांटेज फंड, सेकंड फंड है ICICI प्रूडेंशियल इक्विटी एंड डेप्ट फंड, तीसरा फंड है ICICI प्रूडेंशियल मल्टी एसेट फंड। ऑल दिस थ्री फंड्स आर अंडर हाइब्रिड कैटेगरी, मगर हाइब्रिड में ये फंड्स डिफरेंट डिफरेंट सेक्शन पे है। बैलेंस एडवांटेज फंड आता है डायनेमिक एसेट एलोकेशन पे, प्रूडेंशियल इक्विटी एंड डेप्ट फंड आता है एग्रेसिव कैटेगरी में, एंड फाइनल फंड मल्टी एसेट फंड आता है मल्टी एसेट कैटेगरी में। ये ईच एंड एवरी कैटेगरी में डिफरेंट वीडियो में एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, मगर वाई आई ओनली चोज दिस थ्री फंड्स बिकॉज these आर लेस volatile funds. And why I'm saying these are less volatile funds? Because of certain factors. The first factor is standard deviation. जिस फंड का स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन बहुत कम रहता है विच मीन्स वो फंड मार्केट से कम वॉलेटाइल है। जितना कम स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन है इतना अच्छा फंड के लिए अच्छा है। So the higher standard deviation means the fund is high volatile. Usually mid cap and small cap funds volatile is more than 12, 13, 14, which means they are high volatile. At times they play out well in returns, but here we are discussing about SWP. We need a standard fund, calm fund, a balanced fund which can absorb all the shocks. So इसमें standard deviation जितना कम रहता है उतना कम volatile है fund. Next beta. मार्केट में अगर कोई भी फंड बीटा 1 से कम है विच मीन्स इट इज लेस सेंसिटिव टुवर्ड्स मार्केट शॉक्स। जो भी फंड बीटा 1 से ज़्यादा है विच मीन द फंड इज more sensitive towards market changes, market news. So beta should be always less than 1 or close to 1, but not more than 1. स्क्रीन पे जो वैल्यूज दिख रही है 1.13 1.02 इज ऑल्सो कम्प्लीटली एक्सेप्टेबल। कुछ फंड्स के बीटा विल बी मोर देन 1.8, मोर देन 1.9, बट इट शुड बी आइडियली recommended value is close to 1 or less than 1. Okay, and what is alpha? Alpha is it's one of the fund manager का category है। जितना अच्छा alpha है which means that fund manager is generating better returns than benchmark by providing more downside protection. So इधर आप ICICI Prudential multi asset का alpha बहुत ज़्यादा है which means it is beating the category and providing better results. Similarly next Prudential equity and debt fund का है, उसके बाद HDFC fund का है। And Sharpe ratio is risk adjustment return. So जितना ज़्यादा Sharpe ratio है उतना अच्छा है, which means fund manager is adjusting a risk return in a efficient way, and with very less risk he is providing better returns. So Sharpe ratio always should be high. Here again ICICI Prudential Asset Fund का ज़्यादा Sharpe ratio है, followed by equity and debt fund and followed by HDFC Balanced Fund. अगर expense ratio देखो तो सबसे कम ICICI का है, मल्टी एसेट का है, followed by HDFC Balanced Advantage Fund, सबसे ज़्यादा है ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt Fund. Okay, then returns देखे तो if you see returns, ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt Fund and multi-asset result almost similar है, and surprisingly if you see for 5 years they're almost similar, 22.73, 22.73. Since inception also they are close to similar. And HDFC Balanced Advantage Fund, this fund has more exposure towards equity. Uh, in a given year it can give you a return of 25 to 30% also, but when market is lying down this person have less downtime protection, this fund has less downtime protection compared to other two funds which we're discussing. But overall since launch iska return है 15%. So these are some important values, but let's quickly jump on to the actual mudda, actual agenda, that is SW calculation for these three funds. So first we'll discuss about ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt Fund. Yes, fund mein. As I mentioned, we are assuming that we are parking once year, 2015 January 1st ko once year we parked it, because we only have a past data, so I can only calculate on past data. Future data to nahi rehta. So we are parking 1 crore rupees on Jan 1st 2015, and we are withdrawing 50,000. Why we are withdrawing 50,000? It's a standard rule that you have to withdraw 6% of your capital. You can also withdraw 7 or 8%, but in this example, I'm taking 6%, which is nothing but 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs divided by 12 months, which is nothing but it will come to 50,000 per month. So we are withdrawing money from 2016 Jan 1st, and we are withdrawing till this month January 3rd, which means we are withdrawing close to almost 10 years. And we invested in 2015. एक साल के बाद क्यों fund ले रहे? Why we're not taking immediately? Because to mitigate short-term capital gains and to mitigate exit load. So now I'm clicking on submit. I already clicked on submit, but I clicked on submit again. Okay, I think it got reset. No worries. I'll quickly. Okay, no, it's not reset. Okay, okay. So till now, अपन 60 lakhs withdraw करें, and still our balance in the fund is 3 crore 37 lakhs 44,068, and returns are 15% in last 10 years, because we are withdrawing from 2016 to 2026. Last 10 years is 15%. This is for ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt. So now we'll go to multi-asset fund. Same calculation, same date, same duration, no change. Here we see we have withdrawn 60 lakhs. Here it is 3 crores 16 lakhs 49,000. Here it is 3 crore 37 lakhs, and the balance is 3 crore 16 lakhs 49,000, and the return is 14.58. Here the return was 15.15. More or less return is very minute difference. So no, we are going to HDFC Balanced Advantage Fund. Same amount, same principal. Withdrawal limit is also same, 6%, that is 6 lakhs per annum, which comes to 50,000 per month. And we have started withdrawing from 2016, invested in 2015, left the fund without touching for 1 year to mitigate short-term capital gains and exit load. And then we have withdrawn 60 lakhs. And what is the present value? The present value is 2 lakh 84,000. Sorry, 2 crore 84 lakh 35,618, and the return percentage is 13. Recently, this one didn't perform well in 2024 September. 2024 September में जब market में small correction आया, this one almost went down for by close to 10 to 12%, more than that I guess. So you can evidently see that it impacted overall returns. But overall, HDFC Balanced Advantage Fund is a bit aggressive compared to other two funds which we're talking. So, okay, now let's do the calculation for 75,000 per month. 50,000 बहुत कम होता. So 75,000 per month. Same principal amount, same duration. Let's wait for the page to refresh. Okay. Now we have withdrawn 1 crore 5 lakhs. Okay. We have withdrawn 1 crore 5 lakhs, and okay, something went wrong. Okay, 1 minute. Let the calculator refresh. Okay, let's do it. I think something is not correct. Let's do in this page. Now for ICICI fund, rather than 50,000, I'm putting 75,000. 1, 2, 3. 75,000. Okay. Same principal amount, same fund. Now we have withdrawn close to 90 lakhs, and our balance is 2 crore 38 lakhs. I know what I've done here. I think rather than 75,000, I kept 7 lakhs 50,000. That is the reason why, it's showing monthly installment 14, which means 14 installment के बाद अपना capital finish हो जा रहा. Okay. So if we are withdrawing 75,000 from ICICI Prudential equity and debt, which is hybrid aggressive category में है ये 75,000, then we are withdrawing overall 90 lakhs, and still we have left out with 2 crore 59 lakh 68,460. Same goes with multi-asset fund. We are still left out with 2 crore 38 lakhs. And then if we do the similar calculation, 75,000 with balance advantage fund, now okay, we are left out with 2 crore 12 lakhs 50,390. Okay, now I just want to show us some small magic. So let's change the investment date to 2014, and let's keep the withdrawal amount. So invested data changed to 2014, but we are parking fund for 2 years. We're not withdrawing till 2 years, we're parking fund for 2 years. And this is for ICICI Prudential Equity and Debt Fund. If I click on submit, you see as we parked fund for 2 years, 2 साल तक अपन अपने principal को touch नहीं करा. So the magic is, even though we withdraw 90 lakhs, you'll still have 4 crore 90 lakhs 74,000. I keep saying lakhs, but this value, the first value is in crores. Why? Why you're seeing a huge difference? Because this is called a delayed SWP, which means we are parking 1 crore अपन 2014 में invest कर रहे हैं, मगर we are not touching it till 2016, which means we are giving good 24 months time for our capital to grow. So okay, either अपना capital 45 lakhs grow हुआ without even we started withdrawing it. So once we start withdrawing it, the capital itself is 1 crore 45 lakhs, and then we are withdrawing it from 1 crore 45 lakhs, but the capital itself have grown more than 1/4 or more than 1/3. So it's like a kickstart. We gave a kickstart to our capital. We allowed the snowball to grow to much bigger size, and then we are start withdrawing it. But see, 75,000 2014, and our balance is 4 crore 90 lakhs. But similarly, if we, okay, let's not touch the investment time, but if we start withdrawing 1 year before, which means we are only waiting for 1 year, and see here it's close to 4 crore 90 lakhs, and our withdrawal amount is 75,000, which means which will come around let's see, let's click on submit, and now you see it's 4 crore 47 lakhs. We hardly withdrawn more, probably 9 lakhs, that's it. 75,000 into 10, uh, it's 75,000 into 10, which is 7.5 lakh, and then 1.5 lakh. It's almost like we have withdrawn only 9 lakhs extra, but you're seeing the difference of close to 40 lakhs. So this concept is called delayed SW withdrawal concept. If you park your principal amount in any hybrid fund and wait for 2 or 3 years to start initiating SWP, which means we are kickstarting our principal amount. We are allowing the principal amount to grow at a larger value, because we're not withdrawing, we're not touching it for 1 or 2 years. Anyhow, we always suggest to wait for 1 year, because to mitigate short-term capital gain and exit load. But if you wait for 2 or 3 more years, then how do we wait? Which means that we usually ask you to divide some part, remove some part of your capital and put it in arbitrage funds or liquid funds. Use those funds in initial years, and start initiating SWP from your main fund, which has more amount, after 2 or 3 years. So I can clearly discuss about the delayed SWP fund by comparing multiple factors. But in this video, uh, I want to showcase you the three famous funds which we usually use for SGP, and how the calculation play for 1 CR capital withdrawing 6% for 10 years. If you like my video, please share and subscribe, and please share it with any of your friends who are planning to start SWP.